Hey, my state delegates. There's another topic I want to talk to you on, and that's on photography. You're going to see a lot of photographers out there that say, oh, I'll shoot you, trade for photos or something like that. Those are good to do. Be careful, be leery of those type of photo shoots. Sometimes there's creepers out there, and a photo shoot's going to start off good, and then you're going to end up getting into a situation you may not feel comfortable in, but they're going to try to make you feel comfortable. Unless you're comfortable with taking your clothes off, I would not take your clothes off, because you don't need those kind of photos for modeling unless you're going into the adult film industry. And if you're on my pageant royal court, you shouldn't have any of those photos at all. So let's just say that. Now, if you're needing photos but you don't have a lot of money for photos, a student photography is always good. The colleges have them. They have to get their work in. They have to build their portfolio. So that is a good way to get your photos done. And you can work with them, and they'll work with you, either at no cost or very low cost, maybe for like $50 or something like that. And I've done that before, and they're amazing. They turn out just as good as if I had hired a photographer for $300 to $500 for a shoot. So it's important to know when you're picking your photographer, make sure you take a look at what their pictures look at. There are indoor photographers and there are outdoor photographers. There are strictly outdoor photographers and there are strictly indoor photographers. Either way you want to go is up to you, depending on the season. If it's really cold outside, unless you want to do a winter shoot, I would highly suggest in the wintertime finding, if you're in a cold area, find somebody who does the indoor shoots. They've got good lighting and things like that. I would not overdo it on touch-up and or exposure and things like that. Try to be as natural as possible. Watch your makeup. Don't overdo it with makeup. A lot of people just like, you're focusing on makeup, or they'll overtouch it, and part of you is tan and part of you is light colored, or you're all light colored and yet part of you is a different color. So take particular care in looking at that, especially if you're having a student work with you. But they're just as good as having another photographer. Always take someone with you to a photo shoot. It's highly suggested do not go to these photo shoots alone unless you know them, or if it's in the mall or something like that. I still take someone with me. I always take someone with me. I don't like going to photo shoots alone, so always have someone with you. Don't send your babies off to a photo shoot alone. Be there with your children while they're doing a photo shoot, and don't let anybody talk you into, oh no, it's fine, I'll come get them. Don't ever do that. You don't know if your children are going to end up being exploited or not, and sometimes children are intimidated and they don't know to speak up. So those are something to think about. Always get photos. A good headshot is good. A good body shot is good. So then if you need it for a modeling gig or a movie thing, because they need to see full body, you have them. I highly suggest, and this is suggested across the board, if you go and make a drastic change with yourself, like hair color, or you've lost a lot of weight, please update your photos. Don't send in an old photo. Update your photo. Go get a quick shoot done. It's very simple to do. Nowadays, with our cell phone technology, you will see people skip over you for modeling and movies if you send in a cell phone shot. So it's highly suggested you do go and get yourself some photos, but I do understand how expensive they are, and that's why I just want to mention to you that sometimes student photographies at the colleges are more than willing to help. Now, my daughter's friend who's in high school is taking photography. And she's always, I'll do it. I need practice. So that's a bonus. You need practice? Great. I need photos. So see, sometimes it just works out. Reach out to your friends that maybe you know are doing photography, or go to vendor events. There's usually photographers there, and let them know who you are, what you're doing, and that you need a good headshot and a body shot. What would you charge? See if you can get them down into the $40, $50 range for just a few photos. Sometimes they'll just do it for practice. Tell them you'll give them a shout out on Facebook, your social media. If you're one of my pageant girls and you tell them, hey, we'll mention you for this, this, and this. We'll tell them you're a sponsor. We'll uplift you to our website, this and that. They'll do it because it's publicity. And any publicity is good publicity, whether it be negative or positive. Because if it's negative, they want to know more. If it's positive, they want to know more. But less more than if it's negative. So those are some easy ways to find a good photographer. If you show up to a photography shoot, your gut is telling you it doesn't feel right. 99.9% of the time, your gut is telling you the truth. And it's okay to say, you know what? I don't think I'm going to go any further with this, but thank you very much for your time. I'm sorry to have wasted it, but I'm just not feeling well right now. And call it a day. And that's coming from the cop side of me. So I'm just telling you that there are ways you can get your photos done. I'm hearing a lot of complaints. Well, it's expensive. It's this, it's that. Lately, I have been myself accepting your cell phone shots. But ladies, that's really not the way to be giving me a photo. Have somebody who has a camera take a picture of you. They all have little drives in them. You can pop the drive out, go to Walmart, and download it. And you can also email it as well. And you can crop it, you can filter it, and you can touch it up. And you can also put it in your computer. If you have a computer, you can put the little drive in your computer. You can touch it up yourself. You can crop it yourself. So these are just some little things to think about in being a little bit more professional in anything that you want to do. So if you're out there looking for modeling jobs and acting jobs and you're taking a selfie, and then you're sending in your selfie, and then you're wondering why they're not calling you, it's because you have sent in a selfie or a picture of yourself standing in front of the mirror trying to get the long shot. It's not how to do it, my ladies and my gents. It's not how to do it. Put the cell phone down, get yourself a camera, get yourself a friend to take a picture. One thing I have learned within pageantry and within modeling, you better have yourself a good friend or a mom who should be able to shoot you in modeling positions and come out with a good photo, because you can't always rely on getting yourself that photographer, and you can't always rely on having the money to be able to pay for that photographer. And it's not that hard. Study up a little bit on the lighting if you want to do it outside, etc. So those are my tips for photography. If you have any questions, as always, as your director, I'm here for you. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Y'all have a good one.